Good morning guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's great to have you here. Time is currently 6:22 and today I'm going to be taking you guys on a double training day. I just want to start by saying I know a double training day isn't possible for the vast majority of people, but for someone like me that trains for endurance, that has a lot of goals, sometimes we do have to do these double training days. And I thought I'd just share it because for me it was something that I thought was really overwhelming at first. So I'm going to be taking you guys along. We're going to be starting with an upper body strength session at the gym. That will be first. That is what I'm going to get ready for as soon as I'm done talking to you. And then this evening I've got my run club that I have every Thursday and we're doing a 7k run tonight. I do have 8k on my program, which is a bit of a shorter run than usual because usually I'm doing about 10k on a Thursday, but tomorrow I've got my long run, which I usually do on a Saturday, but is on Friday this week because I'm going away this weekend with my friends, and that is just how the week is planning out. So it's a little bit different this week. I'm gonna show you what I eat. This will also be a bit of a full day of eating, thoughts. The last full day of eating, daily vlog I did, really didn't end up going as I planned. We just take every day as it comes, and you can't really control what happens in a day, hey? 24 hours, there's a lot that can happen. But anyway, I've just got up. I did brush my hair before I got on camera. I have been awake for an hour. I literally would have the croakiest voice. Just been doing a bit of phone admin, responding to clients, and usually I just start the day by getting a chunk of messages responded to before I get on with my day, just to make sure that things are moving forwards at a good pace. A big box is already ticked off. Else I end up just going to the gym and I end up just thinking about it for the whole session. So yeah, I don't like having things looming over my head like that. But as always guys, starting the day with a litre of water. I've not had much of this yet. It's about a third gone. This is my 1.18 litre bottle and I have a full litre of water every day without fail. My body kind of expects it now. We're gonna start with our pre-workout. I'm gonna use the remaining bit of my water on it because I don't fancy absolutely waterboarding myself this morning with over a litre of water, else I would just be going to the toilet the whole session. I've actually really learned my limits when it comes to water and what to do and what not to do. Sometimes if I'm running early in the morning, I mean, it really depends how far I'm running, but it's not always advisable to have a full litre before a long run because you end up just having a full bladder. It depends on the length. Though when I ran my first half marathon, I did have over I think I had almost 2 litres of liquids before my race, and then I ended up running the whole half marathon with a full bladder and I didn't have time to go to the toilet, and that was very difficult. So yeah, hydration is important, but also knowing your body and its limits is more important too. So we're having the AS and Crank Pump Pro in the flavour Fresh Cherry. I've also got the peach version, but I actually think this one is my favourite. Let's try out more of them. And then we'd have 2 scoops. Basically, this is a non-stim pre-workout, which I was always like, why would you take this? But it's not even pre-workout, I don't know why I keep calling that. It's pump. It's basically got things in it that will help stimulate blood flow to your muscles. I don't know if this lighting looks different, but this baby has died on me, so we've now got the big boy. It gives you pump, it fills your muscles out more, and for me, I just find that my session feels better and I can connect to the muscles more, and it helps with my gains too. But you meant to put 2 scoops with some water. Oh, and the reason why pump is different to pre-workout, which sometimes has a lot of these similar supplement things in, is that this just doesn't have caffeine. So this is why we're also gonna have Crank Energy, which is an energy drink, and I had to double check. It does have 32 milligrams of caffeine per 100 mils. I'm quite sensitive to caffeine from time to time. Sometimes I can have a lot, sometimes I can't have any. I was thinking of getting a coffee, but I think a coffee would be more caffeine than this can. So I'll probably just sip on this throughout my workout. I don't need something that's gonna make me go crazy off my head, but I do just like to have a little bit of something in the mornings. But for me, I don't need too much before a gym session. So I'm probably just gonna have it just for the sake of having it because I enjoy it. And then usually I would have toast or something before gym, but we need to go to the bakery because we don't have any bread left. So I think I'm just gonna have a piece of fruit. I have body sessions. They're all right, but it's not gonna be anything crazy. So a bit of fruit. Maybe I think I'll just have a pear. This will get me through absolutely fine, and then I'll have proper food when I get back. Ready for the gym. This is the OOTD. We've got on the Honor Active Unified Seamless Leggings in Moonstone Blue with the sports bra, which I think is like the micro sports bra, I'm pretty sure. And then I've just got on the lightweight zip ups that they do as part of one of their more recent ranges. But my hair is looking a bit different today because I'm really trying to consciously look after it a bit better and do more gentle hairstyles. So we've just got in a claw clip, which kind of kills me inside. I really don't want to do my hair like this, but it's not a want, it's a need, because as I mentioned in my last YouTube video, my hair is breaking around the front and it is quite bad. So I need to give myself a slap on the wrist and actually action on this, because I did have a moment where I thought maybe I'll just tie it up because YouTube day, but no, I put in the tiniest bit of gel. I'm gonna have my hair down all day after the gym, and then I'll only tie it up for the run club later. But I did bring a bowl just because I was very tempted to tie it up, and I don't trust that this is not gonna annoy me. I find hair so frustrating, I just like it out of my face. Also, I do need to buy some more gentle hair bubbles, and I think they're in my Amazon basket and I just haven't checked out. So I need to do that. But this is basically empty now, I've almost finished. And the fact that I've been up an hour and a half, where's that time gone? I don't know. In my head, I was already gonna be at the gym by 6, but it's not happened. It just hasn't. Anyway, see you at the gym. Gym. Stone's been to the shop to get some more sourdough. I feel like we're little promoters of that bakery.
The Holy Grain.
Oh my gosh, your outfit's cool.
It's not that lavish.
Anyway, Stone's been to the bakery and got some more sourdough. Someone told me apparently it's just the water content that makes it more or less moist. Stone's got the same breakfast that he had the other day. I'm about to make the same that I had, but gym session was good. I think I probably should have eaten a bit more before because I was a bit fatigued, but good session nevertheless. And I actually filmed a video that I'm gonna edit about how to do pull-ups and set up for pull-ups, because I know a lot of people who don't know how to do that one. So that one will be coming, but I'm just gonna shower, and I've already laid out my day in my diary, so we know what we're doing. But I'm gonna shower, then eat and get ready to film some content after breakfast. Sourdough bacon, eggs,
The standard.
Red Bull. No, but they've only got like 150 grams of caffeine, haven't they?
80.
Whereas the energy drink I had, this,
2, isn't it?
has like per 100.
Yeah, it's 500 mils, so it's 2.
So I feel like that's less than a coffee.
160.
Yeah. Stone had a Oreo Diet Coke the other day in the fridge and I thought that was criminal too.
That was pure curiosity. It was like 80p, it was crap. But yeah.
Yeah. Also, I've already got rid of the can that I had, but my toxic trait is I will open one of these and only drink about this much. So I had about this much energy drink, which probably was about 50 milligrams of caffeine because it was just sending me over the edge. And I also did a very good handstand. Yeah, I'm getting good at these. Do you think it looks like I'm finding that really easy? Because it's actually solid. They were so hard. Did a really good one the other day and I didn't film it. But I think sometimes the best ones come when you're not filming. Okay, I'm gonna get ready now. I thought I'd explain why I've just put on the exact same outfit that I was wearing before. I'm basically shooting the start of the reel that will then plug this YouTube when the YouTube goes live. I'm gonna be making a reel that talks about double training days and kind of touches upon what I'll cover in this video, but you know, obviously a lot more top line because reels are super short and you can't really say everything that you want to say. But yeah, so because it was dark when I left and Stone was still in bed, I couldn't shoot the before, so I'm just shooting it now. My outfit actually isn't that bad, it's not that smelly, but yeah, I'm just doing a little transition and then I'll also get little clips on my iPhone throughout the day, but I don't know if you guys care to know that, but I thought I'd just tell you what I'm doing. Something that's a big part of double training days, for me anyway, is just managing the outfits, the washing basket, the makeup, the self-care side of it. You don't want to be wasting hours of your day getting ready twice. So this morning when I got up, I washed my face and I just put on some moisturizer, but now I'm actually going to do my makeup for the day and I won't redo it now. I know some girls like to wear makeup to the gym, but I will if I've already got it on, because typically I'll train after I've taught on a morning, but I will avoid doing my makeup as much as I possibly can. I'm just using, this is a new one I've got, Paula's Choice Hydrating Gel to Cream Cleanser. As a girl, you wanna make sure that you're looking after your skin, because as someone that trains a lot, that's something that is important, and you don't want to be causing yourself to develop bad skin because you're training so much and you're not keeping up a good skincare regime. Basically, I think it's very important to always cleanse your face after every single session. I will also wash my face before the gym if it's in the morning, just because I think if you've slept all night, I think on any morning it's nice to just wash your face regardless of what you're doing as a little wake me up. And typically I don't shower in the mornings because I'll shower before bed, so I don't really need to shower in the morning, and then I just shower after I've trained. This might seem quite basic to a lot of people, but I know that when I got into the gym it was something that I was a bit like, oh my god, like, how do you navigate this? How do you navigate showering, washing, the basic things? But anyway, I've cleansed my face and I'm gonna film me doing my skincare out there because I want to put that in the reel. But back, what I put on was the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. I don't know why I always have to check. I've said this a million times, but I just never want to get it wrong. And then this is the Paula's Choice Essential Glow Moisturizer. My two absolute faves. These are my holy grail products. I think they give you incredibly glowing skin. So if you want glowing skin, get those. And then this is also part of that Red Defense range, and I am liking the cleanser. And then I also put on the lip booster, which, can you see it? Anyway, it's just the hyaluronic acid and peptide lip booster, and I just think It's really nice. I'm quite fussy about lip products. I think if the taste is a bit weird or if it doesn't really moisturize my lips, I won't use it. But usually I'm a Lana Lips kind of girl. This is what I swear by, though I don't love this lemon flavor. I'm actually enjoying the Paula's Choice one, so would recommend. But it is one thing to mention, what performs well on socials isn't necessarily always what is true and the most real. If I was to have filmed me getting ready this morning, I don't want to have been in bed. I'd have had to do it in the living room. It obviously is a nicer setup doing it in the daytime when you've got natural daylight and you can actually see a lot more. Like, yeah, realistically, I couldn't be like, don't get out of bed, I'm filming my video. So you kind of stage things as such. And I used to hate that side of social media. I've been doing social media since I was in second year of uni. That's when I started my Instagram. And back then I was very anti not being real. And content creators that clearly went out their way to shoot things when they're not naturally doing said task, and the content not just be naturally what they're doing in the gym, getting sweaty, training hard, all of that. I used to really hate on that, but I think there really is a time and place, because firstly, I do think people know that it is sometimes staged, though majority of the time my training videos are not staged, just because I struggle to cut out the time for that. But things like the footage, getting ready, stuff that seems to perform better on my social medias, maybe it's because I put in the effort and I do these additional things rather than just naturally when they happen. Social media should always be taken with a pinch of salt. But YouTube's great because it's pretty hard to fake YouTube, and I think I am trying to make the content of good quality. Hence this little setup I've got going on. I've invested in some lighting, and I do worry that in this bathroom it does sound a little bit weird, but I'm just doing a singular makeup look of the day. I won't be doing it again. I do put makeup on every single day. A bit like washing your face, I just think it makes you feel put together, and it's more the mental side of it. I like to look at myself and think, I look like I'm ready for the day. Because I remember in lockdown, I would not do my makeup because I was like, oh, I don't need to, I'm not going anywhere. And genuinely, it made me feel awful inside. And I just think anything that we do in life, I always think there's a deeper reason as to why we do something. And I think you learn your reasons why as you age. And now, at the ripe old age of 27, I feel like I've figured it out. I know what makes me feel good. I'm not worried about people judging me for wearing makeup every day. I know some people are like, oh, what's the point? And I don't really hear any of that anymore, to be honest. I think you hear what you want to hear, and you hear what circles you're in. And if there are people that are saying things that maybe are a bit of a conflict to how you like to live your life and how you like to see yourself, then maybe they're not the right people to be surrounding yourself with. In short, just gotta check that this isn't looking crazy. I basically put bronzer on the other day and it was like down here because the lighting in this bathroom isn't the best. I really do feel like I've come out the other side of worrying so much about what people say, but obviously to a certain extent I still have to notice what performs well and what doesn't when it comes to socials, which I didn't used to do. And I think it was almost counterintuitive because I was putting in all this effort, and if I'd just paid a bit more attention to what was working and what wasn't, then I would have maybe learnt a bit faster. But you hear what you want to hear when you want to hear it. And I don't know if I've just said a load of words there that make no sense, but there's so many things out there that we probably should take in and we probably should listen to and do, but you can only do and learn and develop so many things at a certain time. We can't literally take on everything in one day. It is about picking the priorities and just going on this constant evolution. But I think always trying to be as open-minded as you can is important, because there's so many things that people say that we can learn and they don't land until they're meant to land. And being prepared for more things to land will mean that you'll only develop faster. If you're someone that's always very guarded and you're like, no, I'm not gonna learn from you, I'm not gonna learn this and that, people might say things that you don't believe in, it, you don't think are true, or you don't think aligns with your values. But one thing that I've definitely learned is, even if you don't agree, and even if their message isn't right, still listen and to still respect what they're saying, because you actually don't know until you hear it and until you think about it in the context of you. So I don't think you should ever block off learning. I think people come into our lives to teach us things, and you never know who that person is going to be, and you also don't know on what day they're going to come. So just always be prepared to learn. We've got very philosophical, and it's only 18 minutes past 10. I'm ready though. I am gonna get out of this outfit because it's not clean. I'm gonna actually save this outfit for run club later because it's not sweaty or anything. I only did upper body, and though I did train hard and there is some sweat marks on the sports bra, I can definitely get away with wearing this to run club. So I'm gonna take this off, put on a different outfit for now, because if I wore this all day it would get smelly. And then I'm gonna have breakfast, and then I'm gonna draft up the script that I'm gonna then shoot as a video today for coaching content, and then I'll be sat down behind my laptop for the rest of the day until run club, pretty much. I like to get content done early on in the day just because makeup's fresh. Also, it can really rake up a day. If you tell yourself you're gonna do it at lunchtime or something, I prefer to just get it done and then I'm sat down and it's just a laptop for the rest of the day. So that is what we're doing. Breakfast, because I can't film on an empty stomach, especially when I'm talking about like food and fat loss and all of that. I'm just like, oh, I need food right now, and I'm talking about food and you're not giving me what you're even talking about. So that's why we start with breakfast, and then we will shoot, and then I'm just editing. I've got a few exciting things to do today, actually. I need to set some tickets live for a run club event that I've got going on the 19th of October, and it's a huge one actually. I'll tell you more later. I've got some programming to do. I've got a lot of content to edit, and just other bits like client outreach, business things, no meetings today, and then run club later. I've got on some flares today. I don't know if this is gonna be a bad idea because it's a little bit rainy outside and they're gonna drag in the rain, but I'm not really planning on walking anywhere. But we've got on the Unified Wrap flares, and then the same bra that I had on earlier, the micro sports bra, but this is in a different color. I'm just gonna pop on the same jacket that I had on earlier. I love these flares. I got them because I wanted to start wearing them to yoga, because all the yogis seem to wear flares. I'm yet to wear it to yoga, but breakfast is almost served. Sourdough, tomatoes, spinach, and I'm gonna put some eggs on. I've got about 40 to 50 grams of protein here. I'm not actually tracking my food at the moment, but I'm just making sure that I'm getting around 140 grams of protein each day. Egg whites in your eggs will really bump up that protein content. I like to have a good 30 to 40 grams of protein in the morning with my first meal. So that's what I'm doing. But I put on this spinach, and I posted about it on my story the other day because me and Stone have been thinking that we don't like spinach, but we've been getting it from Tesco and Aldi, and the baby spinach you get from there is like so thick and coarse. And then we got this in our odd box, and it's so delicate, honestly, how you think it should be. So we'll definitely be looking for our spinach elsewhere. I swear these supermarkets, just the quality is not there, unfortunately. Also, on my breakfast, I've been loving chipotle flakes. Put some of these on, and I've also got salt in there too. But I'm just gonna eat this whilst I do a bit of work. I'm about to shoot the piece of content that I just wrote the script for, and it did take me a bit longer than anticipated, but we didn't get too carried away, and we're getting the big notepad out. I feel like I had an epiphany of recent, and basically I'm really taking things up a notch over here. Basically, the inspiration of this week is the fact that it's 12 weeks until Christmas, and I am a online fat loss coach. The festive season can be a difficult one. My mission with it all is to just help as many women feel good and move well in a sustainable way that they can do long term. It's all well and good losing fat short term, but for the people that really need it, and I'm not talking people that want to just lose a little bit of fat to look that little bit better. I'm talking about people that really need it for lifestyle change, like they need to change these things to better their health. And it is something, you know, that they need. It's not a want, it's like a need. And they're the kind of people that I really want to speak to, and I really want to help inspire them go on this journey for their health, because I know it's not easy, and I think we live in such a complex world. So yeah, they're really who I think about when I'm creating content. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot this and then I'm gonna try edit it. But yes, we're feeling festive. Should we go pink? Is this gonna show up well on camera, or do we go black and just keep it simple? Okay, go black for week 1. This is my setup, by the way. Really giving you guys a BTS. We camera here and the laptop with the notes there. We're done. It's time to get back behind the laptop. Also, I'm kind of embarrassed at how messy my handwriting is. I think I need to get a whiteboard because that wasn't cute, and I'd written it down and I was like, oh, can't really go back from this, but you can't always be perfect first time. That's something that I've really had to realize. My first YouTube video wasn't that great. You learn each week. People forgive you. People go on the journey with you and just see it evolve. So messy handwriting, it's okay. It might add a bit of character to it. I'm gonna put away this plate of bananas. I'm kind of hungry. It's almost 1 o'clock. So I think I'm gonna eat and then I'm gonna go work. One thing that I have to mention about these double training days is how hungry you get. I just get so hungry when I train in the morning anyway. Getting up and doing a hard session first thing just spikes my hunger, which is super normal. But it's important that one, I'm getting enough protein in to make sure that my body has the right macros for the growth and repair that it needs to be doing with all this training, and that I'm also fueling myself well enough. So I've just popped in 2 potatoes into the microwave. I'm gonna have it with tuna, some spinach. I actually made this really nice lunch yesterday with tuna, spinach, pickles and red onion. I just roasted one of these in the air fryer and threw that in with a bit of mayo. It was amazing. So this needs to last me for a good amount of time because I don't want to be in this flat until I need to be back getting ready for Run Club at 5-ish. Making sure that you're not underfeeding yourself is important, because double training days are to improve your performance really. If you're doing double training for fat loss, it can be a bit counterintuitive because you end up spiking your hunger more, and there's easier ways of losing fat than doing an insane amount of exercise. It's better to be a bit steadier with it, do lighter exercise, just make sure that your body's energy is very easily maintained, you're not doing anything too crazy, and the fat loss is nice and slowly consistent. Going to the gym as well is great because building muscle also helps with your body composition. I just thought, because I've been talking about fat loss, it's just kind of at the front of my mind. So either or, hopefully that makes sense. I've kind of overdone my potatoes, but they're all right. I used to not eat butter, but it truly is great. And it's literally just milk and salt. Forget all of those spreads, all those things with weird things in. Just get a bit of butter. Even if you're a bit dairy sensitive, well, I don't want to be advising people on their intolerances, but I am a bit dairy sensitive, but I find butter is okay because obviously you're not eating loads of it, you're just having that little amount, and that little amount goes a long way. So I'm just popping a bit of butter in my potatoes. That's my mashed up potatoes. We've got 2 potatoes with butter. We've got a 1.5 tins of tuna in spring water. I've just fried off some red onions, almost burnt them. And we're gonna go for capers today because I love capers. So some capers on there. I'm also gonna put on some more chipotle chili flakes because truly I'm obsessed. Some salt and mayo. Can't beat a bit of mayo and tuna. That is lunch. I'm gonna eat this and then I am gonna be leaving this flat very soon. I'm leaving the flat. I'm gonna grab a coffee on my way to the workspace. Got my Stanley Cup that my sister's got me for my birthday. And I'm gonna take 2 Satsumas, chuck them in, basically off to the workspace that's in my building, which I love, to be honest. We've lived here a year now, and it's one of my favourite parts about living here. I just love getting out of the flat. And I know I could go to a coffee shop, but to have it in my own building, and there's like loads of different areas you can go to, whether you need to have like a private call, etc., or if you want to be amongst people, it's got it all. So I'm gonna go be there for probably the rest of the day. You might not hear from me again until just before Run Club, but I'll let you guys know if I do eat anything, or if there's anything relevant to this video, but probably isn't. I'll probably just be sat behind my laptop for the next, it's 1 o'clock now, 4 hours or so. Hey guys, back in the flat now. I've just finished working and I got a lot done. Ticked off a lot of things, but I've got this really bad habit of always feeling like I should have done more, and it's something that I'm really trying to work on. But I do get myself in a little bit of a tiz at the end of every working day, because technically it is, and I need to get ready for a Run Club. In the past I would in my head think, oh no, but I'm gonna log back on after, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but I said this in my last YouTube, I'm only one person, I can only do so much. Everything seems so urgent, it feels like there's so many deadlines and I can never get enough done, but 'tis life. I always like to overachieve if I can, but yeah, I didn't end up posting today, but realistically, I should have taken into consideration that I'm filming this. I'm all kind of new to the whole YouTube side of things, but it does take time to stand here and talk to the camera. But about to go to Run Club, and I'm just gonna have some sourdough because I'm very hungry. That lunch did last me though. I'm gonna have dinner after. My legs feel okay. I think this run will be lovely. I just announced Run Club's first birthday event, and I feel like you guys have calmed me down a bit here actually. Does anyone else relate to that feeling of just not being able to do enough? That is just me. I'm about to put this butter on. I got this from our Modern Milkman delivery this week. Dale Dairies, again, just milk and salt, 1.8% salt of butter, the rest is milk. Wonderful. It's gonna be so hard to spread, but Stone and I, we love our subscription services, me and Stone. We've got toothpaste on subscription, we've got food on subscription. I'm quite intuitive when it comes to my food these days. I don't seem to crave like bad foods as such, unless I'm tired or like, you know, something's not quite great. That's when I crave those bad things. Whereas if things are generally good, I will always reach for good foods. So I find my body knows, and I trust my body. So it's taken me time to learn this, to be honest. I'm not like in a fat loss phase or anything particular. I'm just trying to monitor my weight. You know, if it goes down, great. If it goes up, then maybe I would start tracking. But currently we're kind of floating around a certain number, and that number is great. So I'm just gonna carry on doing what I'm doing, monitoring my weight, and until it's either going up too much, or I can't imagine it would go down too much without me trying, unless something bad happened, then I'm just eating intuitively, which is so nice and something that I've always wanted to do and always struggled at. Honestly, I'm trying to listen to my body when it's tired, giving it sleep when it needs it, additional sleep as well, trying to listen to my hunger, listen to my thirst, just really tuning in, because you look out in the wild Animals live pretty healthy lives for themselves without all of this additional knowledge, etc. Because we are literally created to listen to our bodies, and it's the other things that get in our heads and mess us up a little bit that cause people troubles. And it's not that simplified, I guess. And nutrition and food, it's such a complex thing, but it's just something that I've found really worked for me. I've just popped another piece on my plate. I've microwaved this one this time because sometimes I find it's nicer than having it toasted when it's fresh, and the butter melts when you put it in the microwave. I'm also quickly reposting a video on Instagram. She's live. If you want to get some good fat loss tips, head over to Let's Grow _coaching, guys. Lots of good info on there. I'm gonna go tie my hair up and run now. Honestly, I need to put my phone down. Anyway, I'll see you guys after run club. It's a double training day and we've got our same outfit back on from earlier and a jacket in case it rains. It does say it's not gonna rain till 7, but you can never trust Manchester. I think I might risk it with no cap, and I'm gonna pop on a belt to put my phone in because I don't love carrying it in my pocket. So this is just a GYMSHARK one, though I do prefer the ones that have a zip, but this one's all right. And then I'm gonna put on my rads if they're not wet. Put my phone in here and my key. Stick the key in the pocket. If you put the phone in the jacket, sometimes it bounces around a bit too much and it's kind of annoying. And I know I said I was gonna run there to get my extra kilometre in. Well, forgot that I was doing that. Got plenty of time. I was planning on walking there. So I put oil in my hair as well because really trying to nourish the hair. That is probably something that double training day is not good for the hair. It's feeling super oiled up at the moment, and I'm probably not gonna wash it when I get home because I've got another long run in the morning. But when I get back, I'm gonna properly chat with you guys and we'll talk about the whole day because I'm a bit like, Anyway, 7K done. I think I've about done 8K actually. Just got back from run club, had a great run. I did an easy 8K. I ran part of the way there. Well, I ran the whole way there. Did warm up, then we did the 7K run, and it was a little bit broken up just because the group was a bit stop-start. With my easy runs, I'm not quite so religious about making sure that they're non-stop. With my long runs and my hard runs, I'm a bit more religious with that, but easy runs are more about just getting the miles in the legs, and to be able to do the easy runs with other people is more important for me than to do it without stopping. I think that was a big shift in mindset that I had at one point, because when I started running I thought, you can't stop. I'm not doing easy runs at this point to build my fitness further. They've got a different purpose. So when you see that and you let go of the, oh, I can't stop, I can't go slow. There's literally no such thing as too slow on an easy run, and tomorrow my body's probably gonna feel 10 times better for having gone really slow today. So that's one thing that's a really valuable piece of advice, to take your easy runs easy. I think people kind of have an ego up when it comes to their easy runs. Your heart rate should be low, and the lower it is, really, the better. Obviously you don't want to be walking, but I mean, if walking is an easy pace for you, then let it be walking, because over time it will build, and you're meant to use your harder runs and your longer runs to build that cardiovascular base. The easy ones kind of is partially to build it, but they are important to be kept easy, because otherwise your body's not going to be able to, one, complete all the mileage in a week and feel good and recover from it, and two, it just can be quite mentally draining to always be given 100% in all the runs. So yeah, that is why there's different types of runs. That's why you've got your tempos, your intervals, which are the hard ones, and then you've got your long runs, which are kind of hard in my opinion. Well, they are hard because they're the long ones, and for me, I find them the hardest mentally. So I start voice noting people weird things. I start calling my mum, calling my relatives, and they're like, why are you calling me? You're running. Running with people is so important, and I think it's incredible, and I just love the running community, and I love my run club. I think it's amazing. Obviously I'm biased, but I think any run club is amazing. Like, go to a run club, whichever run club you find nearby to you. It might be scary the first time you go, but honestly, you'll thank yourself for going and you'll probably have a great time. A lot of the girls are like, let's run Manchester because it's a smaller run club. And though I obviously am trying to grow it, part of me is a bit like, I don't really want it to grow too much because then it's really hard to get to know all the members of your community. But then also I think there's something incredible about that. Like if more people come, they come, but also the people that it attracts seem to love it for what it is, and you know, it'll become what it's meant to become. And if you want to find us, it's Let's Run Manchester. Can you see that? So I'm not trying to be too precious about keeping it small or not, you know, growing it. It's just happening. Though I did make some leaflets and we are trying to grow it because I want to get some girls that would be happy to lead a slower pace. So I don't know if you're local to Manchester, drop me a DM because I'd love to chat. But yeah, I just want some like, confident runners that don't want to run fast. Well, that don't want to run faster than 7 pace. I kind of need runners that can do like, between a 7 and an 8, so that it's a bit more inclusive and potentially even slower. But I think running's amazing, but the pace that we run at maybe isn't fully inclusive. But it's hard because you gotta run at the pace that you run at. And back to double training day. So I actually haven't checked my Whoop yet. Let's see what strain we've done. So basically I've got this Whoop band and this tells me based on a scale of 0 to 21 how much I've exerted my body. So it's a bit different to step count because step count is a bit arbitrary. You can't really tell how much you've exerted yourself based off your step count. So my step count says I've done over 18,000 steps, which is a lot. That is a lot. It also tells me how many calories I burn. I never look at my calories. I used to be a bit more conscious of my steps. However, I'm pretty confident that on any given day I can easily do 10k steps without even thinking about it. That's just how my life is luckily built by this point. Like, it took me a while to get here. It's just one of those habits. It just happens now. And so it's not something I need to spend energy thinking about. But the Whoop band is very interesting. So it's basically telling me that last night I had a very good sleep. We were 90% recovered, which I don't think I've had a recovery like that in the longest time, guys. I am sorting my life out. I'm reading before bed. I'm eating really good food. I've really had a 360 on health and wellness recently. I've always been a health and wellness girly, but I was, how do I put this? I was just doing too much. I needed to basically do less. I was addicted to working. I was working harder, not smarter. And really having downtime is so important for productivity and for your output in total. And it's something that I've really had to implement and take seriously, because if you're someone that's just always chasing, trying to just get that next task done, the task list is never gonna end. So I just have to be really conscious as to where I spend my time now. But Whoop is happy with me, and this week, let me show you. Honestly, I don't know if it was because I turned 27, I don't know if I had this like crisis moment where I was like, I need to sort shit out, I need to work so hard. So my birthday was the 2nd of September, but I'm trying to be in the green every single day. And what it is for me, one, it is the work. I know that's something that a lot of self-employed people struggle with. So I don't know how relatable that is to everyone, but yeah. You can't work every hour of the day. It's just not good for you. I started to get twitchy. In total, my strain is 17.2, which is a decent amount of strain. I do sometimes have higher strain days, but I would say, so it says my average is 16.9, a higher than average day, which I guess is expected since it was a double training day. But outside of the training, I generally try to just sit down and I'm just behind a laptop for the rest of the day, like working. I do teach a couple of classes a week at a gym, but if I was to do that as well, I don't know how coaches do it that are coaching people in person and then also training themselves. I think that really takes a toll on the body in itself. I think people that do a lot of stuff online actually are in a better position to fitness gains, because you can do your training and then your training that you do for other people is done completely online, and you can just rest and recover. You can be sat down, whereas if you're on your feet all day, that can make things quite hard. And it's why I do empathize with my clients that are like nurses and they're really trying to push themselves, but they can't recover to the same extent that someone like me can, that sits behind a laptop, because they're on their feet all day, or someone that's working in the kitchen, or someone that's a waitress. Like my clients that have these really active jobs, they do have to do a little bit less, or they maybe aren't able to, like, you know, go to that full extent when it comes to their training because body needs it for their day-to-day. But to summarize, I hope maybe what you've taken from this is that a double training day doesn't mean that I've killed myself at either end of the day. This morning was quite chill, and then this run that I just had, my hair's not even sweaty. Again, it was quite chill. It was a nice day. It was lightly active. I'm not out here doing 2 interval sessions a day. I'm not out here PRing every single day. My body is kind of sore from this morning's session, not gonna lie, but I am working for longevity rather than short-term fast results, because for me that's what serves me best and what's going to help my body progress at a sustainable rate, and mentally I'm not going to burn out. Because there's some people that just go hard and fast for short periods of time, and they'll do the crash diets, etc., and work up to a date, but you physically can't do that all the time, that amount of intensity. So that's for them when they have time off, and then they kind of regress. Whereas if you're someone that just is really steady, really sustainable, you're not doing anything too wild, you just keep on doing it, you're going to progress more long term, and you're going to have less injuries. Mentally, you're going to feel better because exercise makes you feel good, and then you're not going to be having time off. It's quite a lot less up and down. So I think that's something that's really important to reflect on. And just if you feel that your exercise is actually negatively impacting you, maybe you just need to do a little bit less, and not give up training, but just look at it from an outside perspective and just be like, I might do a little bit less, which is something that I did, and you can swap it for lighter intensity exercise. It's important that your body is able to take on the load that you're putting it through. So, you know, everyone's built to run 4 or 5 times a week. Some runners that I speak to, literally with an Olympian the other day, she said that she does have to do a fair amount of swimming in her training because her body doesn't respond well to doing just running as her training, because it can be too much on the body, it can be too much impact. So just being really mindful, and also reaching out for help from people that have the education on these things, because you can't get all your knowledge off Instagram as much as some people think you can. Even me, I share information on Instagram, but it doesn't apply to everyone. It's so hard to give advice that applies to everyone. And whenever I say something, I always say, oh, but that wouldn't work for this kind of person. And that's why it's so one-to-one, and that's why I really believe in my coaching and what I do as a coach, and working with people on that one-to-one level, because fitness is so individual. It's so dependent on you, your genetic build, your lifestyle, your background, all of these things. It's just not that simple, basically. And I wish it was more simple, but the main thing is that you do fitness, and if you are struggling with it, then reach out for help. Slow and steady always wins the race. But I'm not feeling exhausted, I'm feeling rejuvenated. I feel actually quite positive and happy, and Run Club honestly is so rewarding. Run Club is something that I do free of charge. It is my hobby and I just love it. I love the community aspect of it. It just brings me so much joy. That's been a big learning for me as well. You don't have to make money out of everything that you do. And sometimes the things that you do for free actually bring the most value to your life. And I know that loads of people do things like caring for people, or doing favors for people. Little things that you can do for other people can be so rewarding. I'm clearly in a very cutesy mood, but I am going to shower. I am gonna put on some comfy clothes. I'm gonna cook dinner, and I am gonna read before bed, because this is my new habit. I'm gonna journal as well, because this is another habit, every morning and night. And I'm going to rehydrate. I'm gonna have a light stretch. So for dinner, we've got 3 potatoes that I just did in the microwave and then popped in the air fryer for like 5 minutes to go crispy on the outside. I put butter on them and some chipotle flakes. Broccoli that I put in the air fryer because I was being lazy, and it was just easier than boiling or steaming. And then 2 cod fillets with more chipotle. I've got a long run tomorrow, so that's why I've got the 3 potatoes to fuel me for that. Sometimes I'll go a bit crazy on veg, but I have to be careful before a long run because sometimes it doesn't have enough time to digest. So that's why we've got a sensible portion of broccoli. I don't know if to some maybe it looks a bit too much still, but I'm gonna have this and then go to bed. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you made it to the end of this video, you guys are the actual best. Don't tell the people that didn't make it to the end of this video that I said that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I hope that maybe it gave you a bit of insight into what a double training day can look like. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.